Cremo, some young guy, finally launches another ICBM rocket, lands in Japanese economic exclusion zone. The Jap said, hey, this is just ridiculous. Almost hit a couple planes or boats. Starting to get out of control, folks. Imagine if you lived in Japan and this guy's launching missiles towards you. Something's got to give here, guys. And remember, the market only cares when it cares. And when it cares about this, it's going to be really bad. So as we covered all week, I've changed my strategic mindset from cautiously bullish to market neutral. And with these tech earnings, energy earnings, we'll talk about ExxonMobil here in a couple minutes. I really think I predicted this is gonna top out and we're gonna chop sideways through earnings, and that's exactly what we're starting to do here. But real quick, the national embarrassment of the day is this jackass John McCain. You know, for all his heroics in Vietnam, I get it, but the guy's just he's an ass clown and needs to go back to his village. Actually, I think he needs to go to the VA and get treatment for his cancer, and not the Mayo Clinic and all the other high place. You guys all know, right, that they're not on Obamacare or any sort of thing that they foist upon us. It makes me froth at the mouth when an idiot liberal or Democrat does not recognize that the Senate, the Congress, they are not under the same healthcare system we are. So John McCain, as a veteran, you should be in the VA, and you should be in the VA, especially the Arizona one. What was it? Scottsdale, Phoenix, where all those dudes died waiting to even be seen by a doctor. So why don't you, since you voted no to keep this piece of shit, why don't you go seek treatment at the VA? You know, as George Orwell said in Animal Farm, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others, and that's how John McCain feels about himself. But folks, I predicted this as well. I said tech is going to sell on the news. I said Amazon, Google, except Facebook, and Facebook, I said it'll take a breather. I think it's up a little bit today, but the tech earnings are selling on the news, and we expected this. I mean, I predicted it. You just can't get that. Facebook's been on a tear going into earnings, and of course we're going to get some of this back. And people are shocked to know that Amazon doesn't care about making money. The guy doesn't care about making money. For a couple hours yesterday, he was the richest man in the world, and then fell back to the number 2 slot. But quarterly profit being down 77%, they don't care, guys. Amazon does not care about making money yet. That's just not in there. The guy doesn't tactically care about things. He's a strategic thinker. He's a visionary. He looks downrange, and then the profit's going to come to him. I mean, folks, he's going to be a FedEx, UPS. He's buying Whole Foods. He's consolidating. He's going to J.P. Morgan or whoever it was. You know, why do I just own the oil wells? Why don't I own the railroad, the timber, just everything, the metal? So he's vertically integrating, and it's incredible. So we expected this. ExxonMobil, not so good a news. Can't find its legs after a Q2 miss. Now the earnings weren't that bad. Earnings weren't terrible. Revenue rose almost 10%, beating the street net income. Total upstream segments earnings quadrupled. Really good news, but it doesn't look. And again, it's down 2% right now. Revenue was better than expected, and the earnings per share nearly doubled year over year. But poor performance in Q2 2016, so it's kind of stuck here. And we'll talk about this in the PLTB on Tuesday. XOM should stay stuck. We have a Jan 19 long call diagonal on, but guess what? This headline right here, ExxonMobil should stay stuck. We've been trading the hell out of the front month with iron condors and printing money, and we're going to keep doing that. I still think this turns around. Oil is catching another bid today. I think we might have broken the technically significant 50 mark here, which is pretty interesting. Expensive oil only helps ExxonMobil. So I don't think it's dead money yet. And if anything, if you're a new member, make sure you take a look at a potentially Jan 19 ExxonMobil trade. And we'll talk about that Tuesday. Real quick, before I forget though, folks, head to go.topgunoptions.com/Tahoe. I think 4 or 5 of the VIP dinner tickets with me, John Thomas, and one of our special guests are gone. So you got to grab your tickets here, guys. It's going to be a great event, November 3rd and 4th in Lake Tahoe. So don't forget about that. Interesting week, folks. We had a historic print below 9 on the VIX. It had an 8 print. We had Janet Yellen continuing on Wednesday to sound dovish, which propelled stocks a little bit higher. But we're not pulling back here, guys. This isn't the big one. You know, that ramped down yesterday, kind of that flash crash. We knew this rip your face off rally was going to end and channel sideways. I predicted it, guys. The Comey memo, the Obamacare fiasco the first time. After we have these rip your face off rallies, we channel sideways, guys, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to get into some weekly options next week. I think we maybe 2460, 2450, we start retreating to, consolidate, and looking for our next reason to go higher. But next reason to go higher, I see a lot more reasons to go lower. North Korea, we still got Russia. Today, I think 20 congressmen demanded from the Justice Department finally that if there's an independent counsel investigating Trump and Russia and the election, where is the special counsel to investigate Clinton, Comey, and Lynch? Come on, folks. Again, with this animal farm bullshit, all animals are equal, some are more equal than others. Just because she lost the election, that's not like, oh, okay, well, she lost the election, so let's overlook her crimes. She committed so many felonies, guys, that if I was, as a naval officer, committed with the private server and sending secret, and I'd still be in jail. So, I can't wait to see that. But there is a lot of stuff out there, guys. We have got to get long volatility. I'm trying to find on my flight schedule a good spot to open up a members only webinar for the coming implosion and how to get long vol. We talked about getting long vol out to October, just like Jeffrey Gunlock did, my buddy in crime, who also predicted the election and the Trump rally. He went out to October and is buying some disaster puts, and literally that happened the day after I said to do it in our member session. So very, very happy about my wingman there, also doubling up on some October protection. Okay, all right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back with Monday's market outlook. We'll see you.